He inspired a club to greatness, then launched himself feet first into the crowd to kick a fan. Eric Cantona was a genius and a madman in the same body. There has never been another footballer quite like him. Cantona was French, a gifted, arrogant forward with immense talent and an even bigger temper. In France, he was brilliant but troubled, clashing with clubs and authorities everywhere he went. He moved to England, and after a spell at Leeds, he joined Manchester United. It was the move that changed everything for him and for the club he was about to transform. At United, Cantona found his home. The manager, Alex Ferguson, understood how to handle his fiery genius, giving him freedom while demanding he channel his talent into leading the team. The effect was immediate and enormous. Cantona became the talisman, the swaggering leader with his collar turned up, who inspired United to their first league title in decades. He is more than a goal scorer, he was an attitude. Cantona carried himself like a king, utterly certain of his own brilliance, and that confidence spread through the whole team. The young players around him, a golden generation, looked up to him in awe. He showed them what it meant to believe, to lead, and to perform without fear on the biggest stage. The fans adored him completely. They called him King Eric. His flair, his goals, and his defiant swagger made him a cult hero, worshipped in a way few players ever are. His influence on that young Manchester United side was immense. The teenagers who would go on to dominate English football learned their winning mentality directly from watching him. But Cantona was never far from chaos. His temper, always simmering, produced flashes of trouble. The same fire that fueled his genius could, at any moment, boil over into disaster. Then, in 1995, came the moment that stunned the world. During a match, Cantona was sent off, and as he walked past the crowd, a fan hurled abuse at him. What happened next was extraordinary. Cantona launched himself feet first over the barrier, and Kung Fu kicked the fan then threw punches. It was astonishing, unprecedented, and caught on camera. The reaction was enormous. It was one of the most infamous incidents in football history. Cantona was banned for months, stripped of his captaincy, and widely condemned across the sport. He responded with one of the strangest press conferences ever. Instead of a simple apology, he delivered a cryptic line about seagulls following a trawler, then stood up and left. It baffled everyone, and it summed him up. Cantona was unpredictable, philosophical, and impossible to categorize. He did not behave like other footballers, and he never pretended to. Many thought his career was over. Surely, after such a scandal, he could not simply return. But Cantona came back, and he did it in the most emphatic way possible. He returned as inspirational as ever, scoring crucial goals and leading United to more titles. The chaos had not diminished the genius. If anything, it made his brilliance even more legendary. Then, at the peak of his powers, he did something else no one expected. He retired suddenly, still relatively young, walking away from the game on his own terms. Even his exit was unpredictable. Even his brief acting career later fit the pattern. Cantona was always a performer, an artist who saw football as a stage and who lived his whole life as a kind of theatre. So judging a man like that is not simple. You cannot separate the two sides. The genius who inspired a dynasty and the rebel who kicked a fan were the same person, driven by the same fire. That fire was the source of everything. The passion that made him a leader was the same passion that made him explode. Remove the chaos and you might remove the genius too. Here is my honest opinion. Cantona's genius and his chaos were inseparable, which made him unforgettable. He was flawed, dangerous, and brilliant, and football has never seen anyone like him since. He became a symbol of a certain kind of footballer, the maverick, the artist, the one who plays and lives by his own rules, refusing to be tamed by the game around him. The lesson reaches beyond football. The very traits that make someone brilliant can also make them volatile. Great fire creates great warmth and great danger, often in the very same person. So that is Eric Cantona, genius and chaos. The talisman who inspired a dynasty and the rebel who kicked a fan, both the same man. Unforgettable, unrepeatable, and entirely his own creation. If you love football stories told straight, subscribe to Sports Vogue so the next one finds you, and share this with a mate who would argue about it all night. And tell us in the comments which story we should break down next. We will see you at the next one.